that time. It's Thursday evening. It's time for Weather Geeks on the 23rd day of September 2021. Today was a day more like late October. We're going to talk about today's numbers, but first a little weather news for today. Last evening I speculated that there might have been a tornado in Mercer County during the 6 o'clock hour last evening, and today the National Weather Service office in Pittsburgh sent a survey team out and looked at some of the damage across the county and did determine that for a brief time there was a tornado touchdown. Now, we did have a fair amount of scattered damage from south of Mercer along Route 19, heading to the north and east towards the Sandy Lake and Stoneboro area. Just about all of that we think was straight-line wind damage, with the exception of where we had a brief tornado touchdown. This was determined to be just to the north of Stoneboro, northwest of Sandy Lake, just along 358 there in northeastern Mercer County, and it was only on the ground for about 460 yards. It was 90 yards wide, but it was pretty strong. For a brief time, we had estimated maximum wind speeds of about 100 miles per hour, making it an EF1 tornado. So again, vast majority of the damage in Mercer, straight-line wind damage, but some of it was the result of this brief tornado. Here's a look at the radar data from about 6:20 p.m. on Wednesday. We have a kind of a four-panel look here. What we're looking at in each of these panels, in the upper left is the traditional radar showing the what we call reflectivity, or the rain, in other words. Above my head in the top right, that's the velocity data off the Pittsburgh radar. So the green colors moving towards the radar, the red colors away. We had kind of a decent couplet. It wasn't the strongest signature in the world, but there was a little bit of a couplet right here. Across areas to the north and west of Stoneboro. To the in the bottom left, this is the rotation product off this. It's kind of a derived product off the radar, and it matches up really well with where the tornado was shown to be. Where you see this green little spot right here, that's just about exactly where the tornado was. And then in the lower right, this is called the correlation coefficient. We look at this product sometimes in tornado situations to find debris, objects of different sizes being lofted by the tornado. We don't really see that much of that on this radar product because, again, this wasn't on the ground for very long. Sometimes in higher-end tornadoes, though, you can pick out debris live on the radar by looking at that correlation coefficient product and seeing where the radar's hitting objects of different size, wood, and all sorts of other things that are being lofted by the tornado. All right, so here's a look at the history of tornadic activity in Mercer County. This was the first tornado in the entire county since 2019. We had none last year. This was the first tornado in kind of this part of the county since 2002 and 2003. We had one in 2019 well off into the northeastern part of the county. But right around Stoneboro, Sandy Lake, we had a couple of tornadoes in the early part of the 21st century. That 2002 twister was also an EF1, was on the ground for quite a bit longer, and stayed on the ground as it exited the county to the east. All right, in the wake of yesterday's active weather, as promised, today was a cool day. 58. That was it today. We stayed in the 50s all day. Easily the coolest day of the month, and actually our coolest day since the very tail end of May. Now, we're still running 2.8 degrees above the average. We'll finish the month warmer than average, but by a smaller margin than the current margin, because daytime highs over the next few days will be somewhat below the average, and so will some of our overnight lows. When we look at the last 60 hours worth of rainfall, we've had two bullseyes, if you will. Very heavy rain northwest Ohio into Indiana, southeastern Michigan. Parts of the Detroit metro area had close to 5 inches worth of rain. Well east of I-79 in central PA, 3, almost 4 inches worth of rain, pretty common in places such as Altoona, State College, Williamsport. And then we were kind of in a little bit of a hole here. Now, we had some decent rain amounts around here. Some places had more than an inch, but it just kind of paled in comparison to both to our east and to our west. Our low-pressure system is still kind of spinning its wheels up over parts of Michigan, near the kind of the thumb of Michigan, if you will, or the mitten section of Michigan, of lower Michigan. The low-pressure system is going to kind of fill in and gradually weaken some from this point. And finally, clouds will break for some sun coming up for tomorrow. All right, this weekend, it's not the equinox, but it's the EQUILUX, which is the day of the year that we actually have the closest amount, or we come the closest, I should say, to 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of darkness. Doesn't occur on the equinox, either in the spring or the fall, but there's offset of a few days. And so coming up on Saturday, the 25th, sunrise will be at 7:13, sunset at 7:14 p.m. We're going to see more in the way of sunshine for our Friday after a mostly cloudy, very, very early morning period. I think the afternoon will be bright and sunny. Beautiful evening for football, and then showers push in for a few hours, starting around late morning on Saturday, taking us through maybe mid-afternoon, late afternoon, and then the showers will clear out, and a beautiful day coming up on Sunday. Should be a great evening for football Friday evening. Temperatures about what you would expect at this time of the year. It's, it's light jacket or hoodie weather, upper 50s, lower 60s for the vast majority of the evening. Penguin game day forecast for Saturday. There will be some showers around before kickoff, ending in most spots by maybe 4 to 5. Small chance of a lingering sprinkle or a shower up to about kickoff. But then during the game, I kind of suspect we're dry, and temperatures will be cooling off into the upper 50s and lower 60s. Beautiful weather on Sunday, a little bit warmer, certainly sunnier, 70 on Sunday. And this is a very dry forecast with the exception of Saturday's showers and maybe a very early evening shower on Saturday. Dry Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and probably into Thursday of next week as well. So, this can be a real quiet time of the year. Yesterday was kind of an exception. Oftentimes late September, early October is one of our drier, more benign periods of the year, weather-wise, and this year will be no exception. So no surprise on today's 6 to 10-day precipitation outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. Very good odds of below average precipitation from the Mississippi River on east. That'll do it for me tonight and this week on Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you back here on Monday. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your Thursday night.